Okay. And so today is the date scheduled for the arraignment pretrial in this matter, and as to the arraignment.
Your Honor, she would stand new to the charges, waiver form reading of those charges, and ask to plead not guilty.
Right, the court waive the formal reading and proceed not guilty for purpose of the arraignment, and as to the pretrial.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that in return for a plea to the driving while license suspended, the no proof as well as the expired plates would be dismissed. Further, my understanding that, I'm sorry, that was no insurance would be dismissed. It's further my understanding that I explained to her constitutional rights. She understands those constitutional rights and wishes to accept the opportunity. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand.
Yes.
All right, and you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes.
As to driving while license suspended, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and please, what are your claims?
Thank you. Ms. Gaines, back on November 3rd of 2023, you operated a motor vehicle in the city of Wyandotte.
Yes.
Did there come a point in time when you came to the attention of the Wyandotte police officer?
Yes.
And it was a traffic stop, is that correct?
Yes.
When he asked you for your driver's license, were you able to provide him with a valid operator's license?
No.
And was that because it was suspended?
Yes.
And you knew it was suspended?
Yes.
That's satisfied.
Court was also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement and dismiss your counts A2 and B. And counsel, as to sentencing.
Your Honor, Ms. Gaines has a couple more to resolve. She's following along, trying to get the license back. I believe they're all out of Detroit, which of course is going to take some time. She understands clearly that she is not to operate a motor vehicle. We discussed that again as early as this morning. With that said, Your Honor, we're asking for costs and fines in this petition.
All right, ma'am, how did you get here today?
I don't hear.
I discussed that with you, Your Honor.
So, ma'am, okay. You're aware that in the state of Michigan, driving is a privilege,
Yes.
right? It's not an automatic right.
No.
No. Yet you seem to think that it is.
No, I'm not.
No. So you have a court date for driving while license suspended, and you drove to that court date.
Well, I only drove because I had no other that would take me.
Yeah. That is not an excuse to drive at all. You've received tickets and you haven't paid them. And because of that lack of responsibility, you've lost the privilege to drive. Yet you're continuing to drive. Are you making any alternative arrangements to get anywhere?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so why didn't you make alternative arrangements to get here today?
Because I didn't plan properly.
Why not?
Lack of responsibility.
Well, all this lack of responsibility is going to cost you a lot of money, ma'am. Aren't you tired of giving your money to courts? Well, I mean, I guess technically you haven't given your money to courts, that's why you're suspended, but how many tickets do you have out of 36th district do you have to pay?
Just one.
Just one?
With you.
No, that's 23rd district. Is that the only ticket? Is that the only reason why you're suspended?
Yeah.
She told me she thought she had a trip to explode.
Detroit, I got pulled over for using my phone. That's it.
Did you pay that? Did you get a ticket?
I still have to go to court for that one.
When did you receive that ticket? Recently?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so you have a court date scheduled already? Yes?
Yes.
And how much do you owe to Taylor?
I think it was like 800.
Was that for driving on suspended license?
No, that was something else.
What was it for?
I got pulled over the freeway for not turning lanes, so there was a cop.
Okay. All right. And when was that?
That was last year.
Okay. Did you work?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
In fact,
Where do you work?
She started a new job today.
That's how I always seems to work.
I know. Well,
Okay, and how are you gonna get back and forth to work?
Well, I have my mom,
So why didn't your mom bring you today?
because she couldn't do this morning. She has my niece to take care of. She,
And she couldn't bring your niece with her?
Mhm.
And you couldn't Uber or Lyft?
I could have Ubered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You're gonna figure it out because you're not driving out of this parking lot.
Yeah.
I have
If
already-
you drive out of this parking lot, you will absolutely be arrested. And your car will be impounded and you're gonna have a whole lot of other costs. And you for sure won't make it to work today.
Right.
I don't wanna see that happen, so don't drive out of this parking lot. Make other arrangements.
I've advised her that already, Your Honor. I'm assuming and hoping that she has been.
All right, I do appreciate your honesty. All right, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $200 cost, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, total $625. So I know you're just starting a new job. How much do you think you can commit to pay per month, and what day of the month works the best?
I could do 50 a month. No, the second week. For
50 a month? And can you start that in May? How about we say May 17th?
10 weeks.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Have a seat on the lobby, call for a ride, whatever it is, do not drive out of here. Because they will be watching and you will be arrested.
Make sure you get that paid off, because if you don't pay that off, then you're back into the same situation. You
Yes.
can always pay it off. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. On the record, the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Thomas Chase, 24110.
Ready, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Neil DeBoy here on behalf of Thomas Chase. Mr. Chase, will you state your name for the record?
Yeah, Thomas Chase.
All right, thank you. Is Bailey present? Okay, and Ms. Bailey, you can step forward. I'm gonna have you step forward just a few moments, okay? So if you wanna step forward, just have the seat in that first row. All right, thank you. All right, today's the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to an amended charge of disturbing the peace. The original charge of assault and battery has been dismissed as a result of the plea. And counsel, do you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We've gone through it. He advises there are some small factual adjustments. All right, we'll get to that. Your Honor, a couple of things that were brought up, not particularly material, is age is, he's slightly older than he was. He's 64, not 63. He pleaded, I guess he was up to the 12th grade in high school, not 11th as indicated. And he gets a little bit less. His social security payment is approximately $100 less than as his report. Again, I don't think any of that is.
$963?
It's 1,063, but I just got a notice from the state that they cut me off for, I don't know how much they were contributing to the total, but the Social Security Administration cut me off they're taking out 106 for about 10 months.
Okay. Okay. All right, and I'm sorry, any other
Your Honor, with that, we find the recommendation of the probation department appears to be consistent with the facts of the case. Another thing the client wanted to bring up is that he does not have a medical marijuana card, but he feels he does have a medical need for it. He just had to go to the trouble of getting a medical marijuana card. Before he goes through that, he was wondering what the court's position is. If in fact he gets a legitimate prescription, how would that affect the probation, terms of probation?
well, a legitimate prescription would require you to contact your treating physician,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And if your treating physician, somebody that has a medical treating relationship with you, with your medical history, whatever that may be, recommends you to use marijuana for medical purposes, then the court would accept that.
Okay.
But it has to be a treating physician or somebody that you've had a relationship with, a medical relationship with, so that they're continuing to monitor you. Just as any other medication that you'd be prescribed, you have regular checkups to regular visits to make sure that Everything's still working?
Yeah, my doctor's right across the street, I'll take care of that.
Okay,
He would also, sorry, he just indicates to me he would like to take the opportunity to make a statement to the court.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize. Totally out of character, I'd like to thank the court for recognizing it.
I'm sorry.
It's totally out of my character. I mean, it's an anomaly.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Bailey is present, so I'm going to give her an opportunity to address the court. So Ms. Bailey, if you can step forward, please. Counsel, if you and your client can step over by the jury box, please.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can step at the podium if you'd like. And if you could please state and spell your first and last names for the record. Okay, and can you speak a little bit louder into the microphone, okay, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And thank you very much for coming in today. You do have the right as a victim of a crime. And what would you like the court to know?
Really nothing. I don't really have nothing to say.
Okay, and so you were working that day?
Yes, it was.
And it apparently was a busy day.
Yes, it was.
And so then Mr. Chase made contact with you?
Yes.
All right, did you have any injuries as a result of that?
No, ma'am. Just slapped me.
Okay. And do you still work there?
Yes, I still work there.
Okay. All right. Did you lose any time at work or anything of that nature?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. All right, anything else you'd like to say?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming in. Okay, and so, Mr. Chase, let me just say this,
Yes.
right? We all have bad days, right? We all have bad days, and we all get frustrated if we're waiting in the drive-thru somewhere too long, whether it's Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Tim Hortons, whatever it may be, right?
Mhm.
But at 64 years old, or 63 at the time, you darn well know better.
I agree.
And you actually put your hands on an employee. I mean, you want a refund? Okay. But clearly, we live in a society where there are more consumers than there are employees. And we also live in a society where instant gratification is king. And patience doesn't really seem to exist in many people anymore. But I know you say it's an anomaly, but you have one way back in 1978, you have one.
78.
Assault and battery, yeah, that's why it's saying that you're not eligible under 771.1.
I don't even remember that.
And it appears as though, again, in our current society, that, as is typical, instead of somebody stepping in to assess the situation or assist with the situation, they just get out their phone and record. Right? So, I certainly hope, sir, that this is not something that's going to be repeated.
No, absolutely not.
Whether you've had a long day, a bad day, and quite frankly, if you've had a long, bad day, a drive-thru is probably not where you want to go.
My wife sent me where to go.
Maybe try DoorDash or Uber Eats or not that I don't have stock in any of those. Those are just the only ones I know. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And so the court, after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Chase, hearing from Ms. Bailey, and reviewing the report, the recommendation, the court does find that that there's reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5. The recommendation is appropriate for the most part. The court's going to order 6 months probation. You are eligible for early discharge. The court will go over that in just a few moments. You have to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, in person, in writing, or virtually. You notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. Do not use any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed to be subjected to random testing. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so that The court can monitor your progress in maintaining the absence of sobriety. And sir, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
I'm sorry,
If you were to test today, what's in your system?
marijuana only.
When's the last time you used it?
Oh, yeah, marijuana. About 4 o'clock this morning.
Well, okay, sir, do you recall at your arraignment that this court ordered not to possess and consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
No.
Yes, sir. You're not to have any contact with Ms. Bailey. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You're not to return the Wendy's and Wyandotte at all. The court's going to order a 1-day anger management class. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to allow you assistance in learning how to properly express your feelings and needs and to prepare you emotionally for upsetting situations. And there's been $0 requested as to restitution. Any questions regarding the terms and conditions?
No.
As the fines and costs, the court's going to order $500 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $300 supervision oversight fee. That's $50 a month at 6 months. And since you're eligible for early discharge, some of that money may not be due. $300 for cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, total $1,325. If you don't get that to pay today,
I can't pay today.
do you have anything to pay today?
I don't think so, no. I could probably get some, maybe $50.
What type of payment plan are you proposing, sir?
Over a 6-month period? 50, 75 a month.
Okay, let's do $50 a month. If you can pay more, then you can pay more, okay?
Okay.
And what date of the month works best for you?
I get paid on the 3rd, so like give me a couple of days after the 3rd.
So the 5th? Okay, we will begin that on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, actually May 6th, because that's a Sunday. All right, and as I did indicate, sir, you're eligible for early discharge, so long as all the following have occurred. You've completed at least half of your original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all monies have been either paid in full, or you've made a good faith effort toward making full payment. I know I went through that quickly. Probation will go over that with you
I have
as
a
well.
hard time hearing.
Okay, well, they'll print it out for you as well, so it will all be in writing as well,
Okay.
okay? Anything else, sir?
No.
Okay,
No,
all right. Please have the seat over probation. Somebody will be with you shortly. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, Ms. Daly. Okay, good morning. I'm sorry, good afternoon. I apologize for your wait this afternoon as well. And your name, please. Okay, and who do you have with you?
I am Princess Walker, Children's Protection Center.
And Heather, I'm sorry, and what is your relation to?
I'm her mother.
Mother, okay. And so, this is a matter that you received a citation for, education neglect and, so CPS is involved. Are you involved for some other reason, Ms. Walker?
Yes, there's other reasons for it.
I'm sorry, we're not picking you all the way up, sorry.
Yes, there was some other concerns that were going on in the home and CPS is addressing it.
Okay, all right. And this just happened to be another matter, and so then you're, here to observe what's happening today, or?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, and so, there's been a recommendation by the prosecutor to adjourn this matter to show improvement. How many days has they missed?
About 8 in the last 3 weeks.
In the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
So, in one of those weeks, wasn't one of those weeks spring break?
Yes.
So really, the last 2 weeks, she's missed 8 days.
About that, yes.
So out of 5 days each week of school, that's 10 days. So she's gone to school 2 days in the last 10 days?
Yes.
Why is that?
She refuses to get up and go.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
Okay. And so what is going on that you are refusing to go to school?
I just get ignored like all the time.
I'm sorry,
I just get ignored all the time.
ignored by whom?
Like everybody basically.
Right, you get ignored by everybody. I don't know what that means and why that would affect you from going to school to learn. What does that mean? Well, so you are getting ignored by people. How does that affect your learning? I would think that would be the best environment for learning at all, because then you can just focus on what the teacher is telling you. Can you please look up this thing?
What?
Okay. So your mom wakes you up for school. Is that yes? We're recording you, ma'am, so we need you to speak yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. And so your mom wakes you up, and what do you do? And you just speak directly in the microphone, please.
I like saying that and then
Ma'am, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're recording, so I need you to stay close to the microphone and speak up, okay, please? So that I don't need to interrupt you, okay?
I just like say like no and like put the blanket over me.
Okay, you have a responsibility. And that responsibility is to attend school. And to do your homework. And to turn it in. You don't get the choice to say, I'm not going to school today. You don't get that choice. When you graduate high school and you don't want to go to school anymore, that's your choice. You don't get a choice. You're not the one that got the ticket. Your mom did. And if she continues to get them, then they turn into criminal misdemeanors. And then she can go to jail. Is that what you want for your mom? Then you need to start getting out of bed and going to school. There may be people that ignore you. There may be a lot of people that you think ignore you. They may think you ignore them also. So unless you have communication, you won't know. All right, we'll adjourn this matter to May 29th. Okay, at 2:15.
Okay.
Are you doing your homework?
I'm just scared to ask them for it.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I'm just scared to ask them for it.
Why?
They're young.
Yeah, here's the deal, okay? All right, please look at me, okay? Here's the deal. The teachers want you to succeed. Because when students succeed, it looks better for them. Teachers don't want to fail students. Teachers don't want to punish students. They're in the business of teaching because they want individuals to learn and succeed. So start off with having a conversation with one, right? There has to be one of the teachers that you feel more of a connection to than others, right? Is that yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, which teacher is that?
Mr.
Okay, so ask them for a meeting, right? Say, hey, or say, can I talk to you can I meet with you after school? Right? And then do that. Meet with them after school. And let them know, some of your frustrations and ask if he can help you speak with the other teachers. Right? Is that something that might make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah.
A little less nervous? Okay, so try that. Do you have a way to communicate, send an email or something to him? Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay, so when you leave here, send him an email. So that you all meet tomorrow after school, so long as his schedule accommodates that. Okay?
Yes.
And then I want you to send an email here to the court tomorrow after you meet to let me know how it went. Okay? Got it? Okay. If you don't, I'm gonna have you come back in here before May 29th. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, have a good day. We'll see you back on May. Good afternoon. Your name, please. All right, thank you. Your name, please, ma'am? Okay, and your mom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, and so, your black eye and your left eye? It looks as though,
I don't believe so.
oh, it looks as though something happened to your left eye. What's been going on? We have this set for review and then some things weren't done, so we adjourned it to today's date. And, the court, told you you needed to, abide by a curfew, didn't I? No, I didn't tell you?
Oh, yeah.
I did. And have you been abiding by the curfew?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
There's no good reason for why.
Well, I didn't ask for a good reason, I just asked for a reason. Your disrespect for authority, sir, is very, very concerning. Are you still participating in outpatient therapy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you participating in family therapy?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you complying with your mom's rules at home?
Probably.
Okay, what parts are you complying with? Well, you answered partly, so what are you complying with?
Like, some of the time.
Some of the time,
Yeah.
that's yes? Okay. You have a number of cases, sir, and you seem to have zero respect for authority. Zero. So you were not going to do, sir? You want to just take it upon yourself to leave and disregard this court's orders, there's consequences. And so this court's going to order a GPS tether on you. If you leave and violate any of the conditions of your tether, you very well could be in jail, sir. Is that where you would like to be?
No, Your Honor.
Because if that's the case, I can send you there right now. Is that where you want to go?
No, Your Honor.
Then I suggest you start following the directions of your parents, of your grandparents, and you follow the orders of this court. Mom, anything you'd like to say?
I don't believe so. No, I'm hoping that the tether will work. I'm at a loss myself, honestly.
Well, I do have some concerns that Brendan's going to stick around while we wait for the tether company to come here, because they're going to come here. So that's more money that your mom's going to have to pay for them to come here and for the monthly monitoring cost. Because you choose to just do whatever in the world you want to do. That's not how this world operates. I'm sure there's a lot of things your mom would like to do, but she can't. So while we're waiting, Mom, if you don't have any objection, I will have him sitting on that bench right there, waiting, handcuffed to the bench, waiting for EMS tether to get here. Do you have any objection to that? Okay, you're gonna go right on over here, sir. You're not free to leave until after EMS tether gets here. And the court's going to order that you have specific curfew times and that you are technically will be on house arrest other than going to school, your house, or your grandparents. And just so you know, sir, they're going to be able to see within the school where you're at. So if you're not in class and you're expected to be in class, that's a violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you were to test what's in your system today,
Negative.
then where are you getting that from?
My friends.
Your friends. Anything else in your system?
No.
No marijuana?
No.
Did I already have you doing random drug testing?
Yeah.
Have you been doing it?
I haven't yet.
You just identify for the record, please.
Hi, this is Marcy Shine. I spoke with the DRMM. He showed up for one class and then left 15 minutes into it. So she didn't even get a chance to test or do anything with him.
And are they able to do anything in the home, or is it,
I
only?
have to contact her regarding that.
Okay,
I believe she was supposed to reach out to me. There was a little bit of issue when she got, I guess, a new wave of kids, where there was some conflict with having certain kids there together on certain days. I thought she was gonna reach out to me last week. She didn't, so I was waiting till after today to know what was happening, and then I was gonna reach out to her to find out, a little bit more of when he's actually supposed to see her now.
okay.
And that she had to rearrange some things.
All right, so what I'm going to do is, we're going to check to see if she can come into the home to do it.
Sure.
Because I think it might be a little bit more effective at this point.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, so we're going to contact, the Tether. It might be, hopefully they can get here within an hour or two, but I don't know, it might be a little bit later than that, I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right, I want you to, seriously think about having your movement restricted. Because if you violate this, sir, that's the next step. But not out this way where you can even see all these individuals. Understand that?
Yes.
Thank you. If you'd like to just have a seat in the lobby for a few minutes?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Or if you want to even have a seat over in probation, and Marcy can speak with you just a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is the matter of the city of, all right, and ma'am, you received a citation for mandatory school attendance and educational neglect regarding your son, correct?
Yes,
And you attend the middle school?
yes,
All right, and you had an opportunity to speak to the prosecuting attorney today, correct?
correct.
And this had previously been adjourned from February 28th to monitor attendance and grades, and it appears as though there's been improvement, and so the prosecutors recommended to delay process matter. Is that your understanding?
Yes. But I would like to also state, Your Honor, even though there's a temporary little improvement in him, you don't see him here today. I did sign him out of school. He wouldn't get in the car. And I'm losing control.
You signed him, you signed him out of school for him to come here
He's
today?
here with me today, Honor, he thinks I can buy him out of this issue. It's beyond that. He thinks because I'm successful and I have whatever he thinks I have or own, that he's okay and I can just get him out of things. However, this is beyond money. This is beyond a tether even. It's beyond words.
Okay,
He's 5'5", 108 pounds solid, plays sports. He's not gonna be able to play sports if he don't go, or if he doesn't continue his grades. I'm losing control. I'm asking for help.
and so you signed him out of school, and so where did he end? Did you put him in the car with you?
I begged him. Even the school officer and the principal seen and heard it all, right in the library. My words mean nothing. Your words, he was too nervous maybe to come back to you because you kind of called him out on something, and his reaction was, he was uncomfortable at night, and that's why he wasn't able to wake up for school. That's a loss for words. He was supposed to stay with my brother because it's an authority thing. I don't know if my voice just.
Oh, I remember that, because where does your brother live?
So I tried.
And what's your son's name again? Oh, yeah.
And he's about 5'5", solid, 180, 85 pounds, very athletic. I mean, he is an IEP program. We've noticed a little bit of his learning curve with reading, but everything else there shouldn't be an issue with. He's not doing his work. We're losing him, and this is
Well,
bad.
we can do one of a couple things. You can, we can adjourn this, and I can order he appear at the next one.
I told him you ordered him to, and he fought me tooth and nail. When we last seen you, our last court date, you said, what is it? Are you just upset because you don't want to listen to your mom? And he said, no, I'm just uncomfortable. Just those couple of words that you asked him, and I said, she also requested that you came back because you were here the first time with me. And I would like you to also go there and tell her your side. I don't want to quote a word to you because I want to know how you feel inside. I want you to explain to her why you're not going. And I understand it's only a couple more absences. But guess what? They're unexcused for a reason, because I'm not going to get you a letter there's a difference between lazy and sick. And if you're lazy, I'm not getting you out of it. And he thinks I can come here, pay a couple $100 and walk my way out. Yeah, I may be able to do that, or whatever those terms may be, but you're not holding up your end as a child. You're not getting up, you're not doing, once you go to school, you're socializing. You're doing nothing. It's like you can hand him a assignment and he turns it in with not even a name on it. And he's not just disrespecting me, he's disrespecting our name. Our last name. I grew up in the same school district. I went to the same elementary, the same middle school, and hopefully we see him in Roosevelt, but the way it's looking, this kid doesn't care. And I really hate to put this, because I could just dismiss at this point. But then what, just to see you again before the end of the school year? Because he's not gonna listen to me? No, thank you. And I hate to go against my own flesh and blood, but I have to be honest with you, or else I'm going to lose it.
Well, no, I mean, it's called tough love, and there's a lot of, and unfortunately, there's a lot of, there's a big lack of that. There's a huge lack of that in society, with parental figures and guardians, and parents. So, well.
Judge, I'm sorry, if I may. I was
Yes.
in contact with the truancy officer. He'll be coming to court pretty soon on a prohibitive conduct, so I just spoke with the truant officer today. So.
Okay, so you know what I can do is, well, we can null the process, or I can adjourn this to the date that he's coming, to handle that, both, whichever you prefer.
Sure, the truancy officer heard the whole conversation with, on the walk out of the school. They heard me verbally tell him, you requested him here. Now, was that on the truancy officer was able to read that throughout the records? Maybe not, but you did in lighter terms kind of request him to come today, and I let him know that, and he took off.
Okay, Ally, can you see, is there anything in there?
Yes.
Please.
Well, Judge, I'm not sure it'd be in the system. I mean, I think this just happened today.
Oh, it was just today?
Today.
Okay. So then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a note, because right now, some of our cases are getting out a little bit because there's so many of them.
Yes.
And as you can tell, our Wednesdays are very full days. And so I will make a note that is going to be on the docket within the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Okay, and so then I will adjourn this one as well. Well, instead of doing the nolle pros, what we'll do is we'll hold off on the nolle pros, and then we'll adjourn this, and we'll put
into things, programs, costing up to $8,000 at this point. I'm willing to take a chance. I can't lose him.
Is he in any therapy?
Supposed to be,
He doesn't go.
you know?
All right, well,
I'm in therapy and I attend without a doubt. I'm trying to show him that this isn't the way life works.
well, has he gone to any of his appointments for therapy?
Intake, the initial intake. He used to go to the guidance center, and I was trying to get us both together as family therapy, because he told me if I did it that way, that he would go. So I leaked out and I tried, and all he's made it through his initial intake.
When was that?
This was in the middle of the second week of February. I want to say the 14th and 16th.
Was there a teacher at school that you know that he is okay with, or?
He has to talk to all of them. He's always in trouble. He's always up to no good. They have done everything in their power to help me. They're looking into moving him to schools. Yes, but I haven't told, we have the principal and I decided to not tell him that we were trying to get him in there, because we know what he's going to most likely do, and he's going to most likely say no or react as if you don't have to go to school in the meantime at all.
Right.
Well, you're trying to put me in a spot, different place. And we were treading lightly between just us. I went there today when I picked him up, I signed a document for Beacon. I went to the Board of Education to speak with them in between our last court date and now, they requested me for a meeting. I said, absolutely, I would love to. And that's what they requested, is maybe that could help. But even the principal and the truant officer is most likely gonna tell you the same thing. We're all on the same page, is in a whole different world. And he is spiraled out of a different control in the last year. And I don't even mean as in like running the streets late at night or anything like that. He is just, when he wants to do it is when it will happen. And that's going to school late, me Ubering him there, because I'm sorry, son, I have a time clock every single morning that goes, I have to punch in at. I don't have time. I wake up at 6 a.m. to try to get you to school by 7:45 walking out of the door. That's an hour and 45 minutes, and you're gonna tell me you can't get up?
Well, maybe stop Ubering him to school. I know that ends up looking bad for you.
That's what I was too nervous to make that over.
Perhaps, I mean, you're making things way too convenient for him.
I felt the same way, but in the same matter, I didn't want you to think that I was letting him down easy.
No, I understand, it's a catch-22. So maybe, maybe don't make it easy for him. I don't know if that's going to affect him or not, but we can address that on May 1st, and we'll have both of you back on May 1st.